Hey, you 50 something year old. Hello, 40 something year old. What's going on, my 30 something? Hello, my 20 something year olds. This is for you. I want to talk to you on how to get real about your finances. We are in this together. I'm not an expert. Let me start by saying that. I am not an expert. I am on this road to really holding myself accountable and getting real about finances and to really have a better outlook. Really, I assure you, what I'm going to share is going to pivot, really pivot the way you view yourself and your money. Okay. I'm really, really learning this and I'm going to share this and it's starting to help me cuz I have been really saying the wrong things to myself when it comes to money and that's got to change. Okay? You know, recognize your emotional triggers. I am an emotional eater. And then you're like, wait a minute. I thought we were talking about finances. But to me, they go hand in hand. Um, when I'm feeling sad, I eat something delicious like chocolate. And I may even pull out my debit card and go on a famous websites, okay? Or I may, do the old school thing, actually walk through a mall. Seems like malls are, no longer anymore, which is sad. Everywhere I look, a store is being closed. But that's another day, you know. Um assess, you know, my current situation. My current situation is I am a state worker in the state of California. I'm in an entry level position, an office tech, which after taxes, my net pay once a month is just $2,900. And you're probably wondering, what in the heck? How are you getting through? I am married, and my husband is a state worker also. And he has a higher position than me. But even with us and our two kids, and we stay in a two-bedroom apartment, still we are finding challenging times making the ends meet. Now, are we blessed more than others? Absolutely. If you step outside my apartment building, you can see Tent City. Literally, the state of California is it's I'm in Northern California. And shout out to the people in Southern California that are battling the wildfires. My heart is just in my stomach for you because it's horrific. So like I said, there's people going through far more worse than me. So let me get off my soapbox. But I just want to give you an idea. So assessing your your finances. What are you bringing in? What can you put aside? How much are you putting towards bills? You know, that's so important. That's so important every time your paycheck. And if you can, I try to um, put whether it's 20 or $100 out of my paycheck into an emergency fund. Okay. Um, so it's really difficult, but try to do something if it's just $5, $1. Just build an emergency fund. Start there. Okay. Set clear, specific goals, short term to long term. I actually do both. My long term goal is to get out of debt. But also, what I mean by short term goals, if there is for example, for us regular folks who may have relied on a loan, a short term loan, and your goal is to pay that off, or pay it down little by little, and you can pay it off, get it done. You'll feel so much better. And that, when you get your payroll the following month, you'll see, like, oh, I got rid of that in January. Now I can breathe in February. You know what I'm saying? Or your tax return. Let that be a part of your plan versus I know it's hard. It's hard when you you want that new furniture or that new blouse or things that you want to get for your children and you can't because that's one thing about my kids. I never want them to go without. I never do. So I always end up mixing, my goals and then also, okay, how much do I need to put aside for shoes and clothes for my kids? Okay. Understanding your spending habits. I'm so glad that those, you know, um, you get your stuff now and then pay later websites have kicked me out. I'm so glad. I'm so glad I don't have access to them or they lowered my limit. I'm so glad. I'm so glad. I've never been happier because it is a serious addiction. It's a real serious addiction. And then you end up shopping your balance, the stores that you are, paying for later. I had a limit so great that it was called I was a platinum member and I didn't have to even put anything. Nothing didn't even need to be taken out of my account. They always gave me, weeks later and that was horrible because I was like, oh, I don't have to get anything pulled out. And I was spending past what I was bringing in. And that's real. That's real. Track everything, write everything down, save your receipts because it keeps you accountable. Journal it. I got my notepad and, I also journal. It. Okay. Challenge your goals. You know, set the bar high for yourself because the goal is if you are in debt, you want to really try to work as vigorous as possible, aggressive about it, because it's nothing like being 50. And I'm going through this real time, you know, and it's okay if you don't want to comment and tell your story. I know that sometimes there's shame with it, but I feel like I don't have time to be shameful right now. I really need to be real and transparent. And I want this for you, you know? Um, and yours may not be frivolous spending. Yours is just, I am underwater and I can't even eat. And I'm sad or I can't talk about it. I just want you to know I'm here for you because I've also been there too. I wasn't always employed. I remember those welfare to work programs that I'm getting emotional because that wasn't that long ago. Um, Great programs. I don't know if they still have them, where they allowed you to use their envelopes. You went there certain mornings. You got to, you know, have listen to people encourage you to create great resumes. They had different templates to use, and they gave you a USB, or back in the day, because you know I was in those programs even when it was just CD-ROMs. Sometimes you get laid off. Let's talk. Oh yeah, oh yeah. Be at a job, for 10 to 12 years, and then you're laid off and you're back. You're back at welfare to work because you want to use the free resources, their postage, mailing out state applications before it got all savvy where you can do everything online. And that's the blessing now. You can apply online. I remember they didn't have that. You had to go to a resource center and look at all the job postings and take that paper home. And then, back in the day stuff, I'm really talking about. But if you're young, you're watching this, you're like, okay, old lady, what are you talking about? Now you could just, now you don't have to go through that. Thank God of what I went through. But set the bar high, believe in yourself, talk to yourself with kindness. That's why I'm emotional, because I remember um being embarrassed. I remember um wondering why, how could you have gotten laid off? Sometimes it's also a bad manager that wants to retaliate. Those stories are real. I've been that down that road too. It's not always you. Sometimes it's an insecure employer. Okay. That's another story, another video. Okay. I probably already made that video. Who knows? But this you know, browse the library if you want to. That'll be fun. Or online and find um, different financial experts that can tell you ways to save, to consolidate debt, all those great things. You know, get educated, seek help, you know, don't be afraid. Don't be afraid. Also, too, if you are liking this video, please hit the like button, comment about what you're going through. Let's be here for each other, especially our small content creators. We really need to help one another. Okay. And I also want to say happy anniversary to YouTube. 20 years. YouTube has been around, and I'm so mad at myself for not even starting a channel years ago, because I've been really watching videos that long, okay, and supporting, people. So by now I could have been having 20 million subscribers because I love to talk and share. So, anyways, I love you guys. Thank you, um, my Caspi Kate catchers. Thank you for new people that are just strolling and looking. You know, if you're just strolling, let's stop dating each other. Just subscribe to my channel. Let's make a commitment to the community, and I hope that these types of videos are helpful. We are in this together. Okay, together. All right. Bye.